Hello, people sitting in the house and today we're talking about climate change, and excuse me, we're talking about the recent weather in this country and the weather across the world too, in America and the place. As everybody knows, it was horribly snowy. That's the best way to put it in America and even in Ireland for a time. It was bitterly cold. Like believe me, I nearly froze 3 or 4 times out in the road because it was literally that cold that you could just literally freeze. That's how, like if you stood still, you were pretty much frozen. But not, it wasn't that bad. It was worse off in America, but to us it was like the end of the world. That's really what it was to us, yeah, especially to me. But as Mary Robinson said today, former president of Ireland, no doubtly one of the greatest presidents of Ireland that we ever had. She said the people do get angry over climate change, which is what she means by getting angry is we should be getting angry because it is a health risk, as she said, it's a medical emergency for society. Be like I done something in college a few weeks ago, 3 or 4 months, actually it was 2 months ago, and we had to do this project on climate change, and it was about, and I done air pollution, so basically factories or toxic gas going into the air. And you don't know how much, like there's 2 million people, 2 point something million people around the whole world die every year because of air pollution alone. From in China mostly and Japan, mostly damn countries, but there is 42,000 die in America every year. And there's something like 10 or 15,000 here in Ireland that die every year from air pollution or some kind of air toxin in the air. It depends on what country you're in. Like in China, it's the massive amount of industry, and it's just all the plastic and everything going up into the air in China and killing everybody in China. That's mainly where it comes from. But in parts of China, but in Japan too. But as Mary Robinson said, people should be getting angry, and I think she's right. Like it's a very good way of putting it. You know, like this is something that's going to affect if you have children. This is something that's going to affect them, and that's going to affect their children. Like as she said, it'll be her grandchildren who will have to face up to climate change in a few years in 2040, I think she said. And she said I won't be around to hear see that, but you know, she's dead on. She's dead on right, to be honest. I couldn't say it any better than that. That's really dead on right, because recently we had tons of snow and it was absolutely freezing cold. I know we could, and then it was. So what I'm trying to say is it's hard winters now, and it's good summers, which is really the scales and the even in Ireland, like it's something's definitely wrong with the in the atmosphere and around Ireland and around Europe and around the whole world, because it's never you like the last summer we had was never as hot as ever in Ireland. Like there's definitely something up. There's definitely something up, and then we had a fierce. Well, it was worse with us I experienced, but this winter was cold. Well, it wasn't winter, but last month and this month was cold. But the winter before that was absolutely fucking cold as fuck. Like we have to admit that it's climate change and it's starting to, like in a year, maybe 6 or 7 years, I think that we won't be able to walk outside because it'll be absolutely a blizzard outside. That's what it's going to be like over here sooner or later. Some Christmases or some even during the year. Not in this time and place, but maybe in 3 or 4 years to come, maybe 6 years. It's only going to get worse if we don't do something. Like we have to cut down, and people are always giving out, but overtaxing on the diesel and petrol and all that. I'm not that fond of electric cars. I might as well say that out here. I'd rather people walk and do cycle and all that. That's mainly what I like. I barely use if I can walk somewhere, if it's not that far away, then I will walk, to be honest. But walking does no harm, to be honest. But yeah, but we have to really cut down on diesel and petrol and the rest of that, because it's you see it in the on buses and everything, like the amount of smoke that comes off it, like that alone would do a lot of damage to the, as we all know, the ozone layer is still fucked, so yeah, we still have a long way to go. Even this country has a long way to go, but obviously other countries around Europe, we look towards upwards, up towards us, Norway, Sweden, Finland and Denmark, doing fantastic, and they're cutting down on everything. Literally, the literally government that literally throw money at its industry to try and cut down on everything, and they're putting in huge recycling programs to try and keep the country clean and everything. And here, where we in Ireland, we don't fucking have a clue how to do anything, because our government's that thick they don't have a clue what to do. But we have to take like these countries are doing absolutely ridiculous. Like Finland, I've seen are doing 10 times more work than any country in Europe. They're doing more than Romania, Bulgaria, Switzerland and France and Germany. That's the countries. They do more than them countries combined. That's combined. They do. Like they're really, the government of Finland and Norway and Sweden, all the Baltic countries, are really trying to clean the environment and try and get rid of climate change. But we probably never get rid of it. But try and make it a tiny bit better. Like that's really good what they're doing. Only for over in this country we don't have a fucking clue what the fuck to do. Like I don't even think many people know, to be honest, in this country what to do about it, because for so long we were born in cold and tough, and you know it can go on and go on and go on. But I'm not saying the chimneys. I really don't think chimneys make that much difference, to be honest. That's one thing, and I never see much difference in like everything else really. But anyway, as I said, if you have try and recycle. That's what I'm trying to say to people. Try and recycle. Try and cut down on fuel and try and cut down on oil and everything. Because eventually natural resources too will run out like oil, and we won't have any oil. And the place in America could be sad because there's no oil. But anyway, thank you for watching. Subscribe for more and bye.